This is Český Krumlov. It almost doesn't look real. Everyone knows Prague, but Český Krumlov, this is the other Czech town that's always mentioned, the one that's absolutely everywhere online. But what's it actually like when you get here? Is it genuinely charming or overrun with tourists?
I'm Ronnie, and my travel style can be a little intense. I like to see it all, do it all, and experience everything that a place has to offer. So if you're up for a really immersive travel experience, you're in the right place.
I decided to skip the formal tours and just have a good wander around myself, taking in the streets in the castle complex to get the feel of the town. Let's have a proper look together.
So this is Český Krumlov. It's this little fairy tale village in South Bohemia, known for this crazy castle complex behind me. The whole old town is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Quite a grim morning this morning. I'll see if this town still looks pretty, even if it's not in the sun.
Geographically, the town's defined by these incredibly tight turns that the Vltava River makes. It almost loops back on itself. The geography basically forced the town to grow in this very specific, compact way on the peninsula, while the castle sprawls across the cliff on the other side. It means you're constantly crossing bridges or seeing the water. And it's properly old. There was settlement here earlier, but the town and castle really started developing from the mid-13th century, largely thanks to the Vitkovci family. Specifically, a branch that became known as the Lords of Krumlov. Later, and perhaps most famously, the powerful Rosenberg family took over in 1302 and really shaped the place for about 300 years. They were hugely influential in Bohemia, their wealth boosted by things like silver mining in the region, and they turned Krumlov into their main residence and a major cultural and political centre. Walking the streets, you'll definitely feel that historical weight. Many of the buildings have Gothic origins from the Rosenberg era, but were later given a Renaissance or Baroque facade, especially after a big fire in 1503 and during later periods of prosperity. That's where all the colourful paintwork and fancy gables come from. It's incredibly well preserved, and you can see why it got the UNESCO World Heritage listing in 1992. They obviously invest heavily in its upkeep. If you look up, you'll be able to spot the impressive Church of St Vitus. It's not a cathedral, but it is big.
And the church really looms over the town.
This is an important church founded around 1309, though most of what you see today is 15th century High Gothic architecture. Its tall, slender spire is a key landmark alongside the castle. The main square is the heart of the old town with its prominent plague column, put up in the early 1700s to give thanks for the town surviving the plague, and a large fountain. If you head up Horní Street, yep, I said it, Horní Street, there's a small park area with a fantastic viewpoint looking back across the river and the castle. Definitely worth finding.
That's a view.
After the last Rosenberg died out in 1611, the town passed through the hands of the Habsburg Emperor, then the Eggenberg family, who added the Baroque elements including the famous theatre, and finally the Schwarzenberg family from the early 18th century right up until the 20th. It experienced periods of decline, particularly later on, which ironically helped preserve its historical appearance because there wasn't widespread modernisation. And the castle is pretty impossible to ignore. It's enormous. It's the second biggest in the country after Prague's, covering a huge area on its rocky outcrop. It just dominates the skyline. They still keep bears in the old moat, a tradition started by the Rosenbergs. The most recognisable part is probably the colourful castle tower. It looks Renaissance, but the foundations are Gothic, from the original 13th century castle. The really decorative bit, the upper section with all the illusionist paintings supposed to look like stonework and sculptures, and the arcade gallery, was added by the Rosenbergs around 1581. I had a walk around the castle complex and explored the courtyards. There are 5 main courtyards, and you sort of move through different historical periods as you walk through them, from the older lower castle sections up towards the grander upper castle. The views looking back over the town's red roofs from up here are great.
It really has got very, very wet, very, very quickly. These are actual stone, but it looks like wallpaper. I don't know if I'm pretty sure it's painted, right? It's really strange, very unusual. It's like cheap wallpaper. A brick effect. I mean, it's cool. It's different. Oh, it's really raining. This is not the fantasy. Ooh, cool tunnel. Now this is all open. I think you can do a guided tour. Oh, it's a pretty significant castle complex. But you can come and walk through here yourself.
That Cloak Bridge is quite something too. It's built on these massive stone pillars, spanning the deep natural gap in the rock.
This is very cool. Like a castle with a bridge.
It was originally wooden, but rebuilt in stone in the 1760s. It actually has several levels inside, acting as corridors connecting the residential parts of the castle to the castle gardens and beyond. The whole castle area feels vast. It feels like its own self-contained world. You can easily imagine it being the administrative and residential heart of the region for centuries.
That's a beautiful town. I mean, it looks nice even in the rain, so if it was a nice day, or I was here 2 days ago when it was sunny, it'd be even nicer. But it's still pretty in the rain. There's something quite nice about it in the rain, I think. Right, somehow I need to get down there. I don't see no steps. It's quite far down.
So it's easy to understand why this town's so famous. It's undeniably striking, steeped in history from these powerful families, and the geography of the place is quite unique. It's pretty touristy, yeah, there's no denying that, but that doesn't completely overshadow the place. The architecture, the history, the views, they're still genuinely impressive. It's probably one of those places that's definitely worth seeing for yourself. It certainly makes an impact. If you want to see more content like this, please give this video a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It really helps. Cheers, see you soon.